Hello, friends. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Grab your favorite blanket, pour yourself a hot cup of tea or coffee, and get comfortable. You've arrived at Cozy English. I'm so glad you're here with us today. We believe the best way to learn isn't just through textbooks, but through real, natural conversation. That is our goal today, to help you understand the flow of English as it's actually spoken. In this episode, we are listening in on two friends, Sara and John. They're meeting at a coffee shop to talk about their daily routines, the good and the bad, and their plans for the new year. My advice? Don't worry about understanding every single word. Just relax, listen to the rhythm of their voices, and try to follow the story. Ready? Let's get started.
John, over here.
Hey, Sarah. Wow, it is crowded in here today. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. The traffic downtown was an absolute nightmare.
No worries at all. I actually just got here myself. I managed to snag this table by the window. Did you order yet?
Not yet. I need caffeine, desperately. I'm thinking a large Americano. What are you having?
I'm sticking to my usual, an oat milk latte. But I'm trying to cut down on sugar, so no caramel syrup for me today.
You're brave. I need all the sugar I can get to survive this week. Let me go grab our drinks, and then we have to catch up properly. All right, secured the goods. Here is your latte.
Thanks, John. So, Happy New Year. I can't believe it's already January. How does it feel?
Happy New Year to you, too. Honestly, it feels exactly like December, just colder. But I am trying to get into a better headspace. You know, New Year, new me, and all that cliches.
I love the cliches. I'm actually really excited about this year. But before we get into the big plans, how are things going day to day? You mentioned you wanted to change your routine.
Yeah, that is the big struggle right now. My daily routine is, well, it's a mess.
Explain. Walk me through a typical morning for John.
Okay, don't laugh. My alarm goes off at 7 a.m. I hit snooze. Then it goes off at 7:10. I hit snooze again. This happens until about 7:45. Then I panic, jump out of bed, shower in 2 minutes, grab a piece of toast, and run out the door.
That sounds incredibly stressful. You start your day with adrenaline?
Exactly. By the time I get to work, I'm already exhausted. I assume your mornings are like a Disney movie. Birds singing, perfect breakfast.
Not exactly a Disney movie, but I am strictly a morning person. I've been trying to be more consistent. I wake up at 6 a.m. sharp, no snooze button allowed.
6 a.m.? Voluntarily? Why?
Because I need that quiet time before the chaos starts. I wake up, drink a big glass of water, and then I do about 20 minutes of yoga or stretching. Nothing crazy, just enough to wake my body up.
See, that sounds nice in theory, but when my alarm rings, my bed is so warm and the world is so cold. How do you motivate yourself to actually leave the sheets?
I put my phone across the room, so to turn off the alarm, I physically have to stand up and walk. Once I'm standing, the hard part is over.
That is diabolical. Smart, but diabolical. So you do yoga, and then what? Do you make a big breakfast?
Usually, yes. I'm big on meal prepping, so I usually have overnight oats in the fridge ready to go. I eat, drink my coffee while listening to a podcast or reading the news, and then I get ready for work. I try to leave the house by 7:30 so I can walk to the office instead of taking the bus.
You walk in this weather?
It wakes me up. Plus, it guarantees I get my steps in. What about your evenings? If your mornings are rushed, does that mean you stay up late?
Yeah, that's the root of the problem. I'm a night owl. I get home from work around 6 p.m. I'm usually tired, so I crash on the couch for an hour. Then I realize I haven't eaten, so I cook something quick or order takeout.
Okay.
And then I fall into the revenge bedtime procrastination trap.
The what?
You know, where you feel like you didn't have enough free time during the day, so you stay up late watching Netflix or scrolling through social media just to reclaim your time. I usually don't fall asleep until 1 a.m.
Ah, I see. That explains the snooze button struggle. You're only getting 6 hours of sleep.
Exactly. It's a vicious cycle. That is actually my main focus for the new year. I need to fix my sleep schedule.
Well, that's a perfect transition. Let's talk about the new year. Aside from fixing your sleep, did you make any specific resolutions?
I did. I have three main ones. First, fix the sleep schedule, aim for 11 p.m. lights out. Second, I want to read more books. I used to read all the time, but last year I think I read one book.
Only one?
Just one. It was sad. I blame my phone. And my third resolution is to improve my cooking skills. I want to stop ordering takeout so much. It's too expensive and not healthy.
Those are really solid, achievable goals, not too abstract.
Thanks. I'm trying to keep it realistic. What about you? You already have the perfect routine, so what is left to improve?
Oh, stop. My routine isn't perfect. But for resolutions, I have a big one. I want to learn Spanish.
Really? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias. I'm planning a trip to Peru in September, so I have 9 months to get to a conversational level. I signed up for a class on Tuesday nights.
That is awesome. September gives you plenty of time. Are you going to hike Machu Picchu?
That's the plan, which leads to my second resolution, improve my cardio. I do yoga, but I get winded running for the bus. I need to start running or hiking on weekends to prepare for the altitude.
Maybe we can help each other. If you drag me out for a hike on a Saturday morning, it forces me to wake up early.
And if you cook a healthy meal for us afterwards, it helps you with your cooking goal.
Deal. That actually sounds like a plan.
Look at us, making plans and being productive. It's going to be a good year, John.
I hope so. Now drink your latte before it gets cold.
Welcome back. That was quite a conversation between Sara and John, wasn't it? Before we move on to the rest of their day, let's pause for a moment. They use some really interesting expressions that you might not find in a standard textbook. Let's break down 6 of them together so you can start using them in your own life. Number 1 is to snag a table. At the beginning, Sara said she managed to snag a table by the window. To snag something means to catch or get something quickly, often before someone else takes it. You can snag a table at a busy restaurant, or you might snag a great deal on a pair of shoes. It implies you were lucky or quick. Number 2, night owl. John described himself as a night owl. This is a person who tends to stay up late and is most active at night. The opposite of this, like Sara, is an early bird or a morning person. Which one are you? Number 3, to hit snooze. This is something John does a lot. The snooze is that button on your alarm clock that stops the noise for about 10 minutes so you can go back to sleep. To hit snooze just means to press that button. If you hit snooze 3 times, you are delaying your morning by 30 minutes. Number 4, meal prepping. Sara mentioned she is big on meal prepping. This is short for meal preparation. It's the habit of cooking your food in advance, usually on a Sunday, so you have healthy meals ready for the rest of the week. It's a very popular term in the fitness and health world right now. Number 5, revenge bedtime procrastination. This is a modern and slightly complex phrase. John used it to explain why he stays up late. Break it down. Procrastination is delaying something you should do. Bedtime is when you sleep. Revenge is getting back at someone or something. So revenge bedtime procrastination happens when you feel you have no control over your daytime life because of work, so you refuse to go to sleep early just to regain a sense of freedom at night. You are taking revenge on your busy schedule by stealing time from your sleep. And finally, number 6, a vicious cycle. John called his sleep schedule a vicious cycle. This describes a situation where one problem causes a second problem, which then makes the first problem even worse. For example, you are tired, so you drink coffee. The coffee makes you stay up late. Staying up late makes you tired the next day, so you drink more coffee. That loop is a vicious cycle. How many of those did you catch while listening? If you missed them, don't worry. You can always rewind and listen to the conversation again with these definitions in mind. Now, are you ready to see how John handles his commute and his office work? Let's jump into it.
Okay, latte is officially consumed. So we covered the chaos of your mornings, but once you finally get out the door, what happens next? You mentioned traffic earlier.
Ah, don't even get me started on the commute. It is the absolute worst part of my day. Honestly, by the time I actually sit down at my desk, I feel like I've already run a marathon.
Is it really that bad? You drive, right?
Yeah, I drive, and it's supposed to be a 20-minute drive, but with rush hour traffic, it's easily 45 minutes. It's just bumper-to-bumper stress. I feel my blood pressure rising before 8:30 a.m.
That sounds miserable. Have you ever thought about taking the train? At least then you could read or zone out.
I have, but the train station is too far from my apartment. It would take even longer. This is why I'm jealous of your walk to work.
I'm not gonna lie, the walk is glorious. It's my transition time. I listen to music, I clear my head. By the time I arrive at the office, I feel awake and actually ready to be there.
Ready to be there. What a concept.
Okay, so you survive the drive, you walk into the office. What is the first thing you do?
I grab a second cup of coffee, usually mediocre office coffee, sit down, turn on my computer, and immediately regret being born.
Oh my gosh, dramatic. Why?
The emails, Sarah, the emails. My inbox is always flooded. I swear, I spend the first 2 hours of every day just deleting things or replying to messages that could easily have just been a 30-second conversation. It feels like I'm drowning in information before I even start my actual work.
I totally get that. Email overload is real.
How do you handle it, Miss I wake up at 6 a.m.? Do you have a system?
I actually do. I'm a big fan of time blocking.
Time blocking, what is that?
Basically, I treat my calendar like a sacred space. I block out the first 30 minutes of my day just for urgent emails. Once that 30 minutes is up, I close my email client. Completely close it.
You close it? Like you aren't checking it constantly?
No way. If I leave it open, the notifications distract me every 5 minutes. I block out 2 hours in the morning for deep work, the projects that actually require brain power, and I don't let anything interrupt that.
Wow, that sounds incredibly productive. If I close my email, I panic that I'm missing something important.
You probably aren't. Most things aren't emergencies. If it's a real emergency, someone will call you or walk over to your desk.
That's true. My problem is that my deep work time usually gets interrupted by meetings, pointless meetings.
Ah, the bane of corporate existence. The meeting that should have been an email.
Exactly. We have this weekly team sync-up every Wednesday at 10 a.m. There are 12 of us on the call. Half of them are remote on Zoom, half are in the room. The technology never works right for the first 10 minutes. And then we just go around in a circle saying what we are working on. Nobody listens to anybody else.
Ugh, those are painful. I prefer in-person meetings if we have to have them. Virtual meetings make it too easy to zone out.
Oh, I definitely zone out. I've mastered the art of looking interested on camera while actually thinking about what I'm going to order for lunch.
Speaking of lunch, that's another crucial part of the routine. Do you actually take a break?
Define break.
John, do you leave your desk? Do you step away from the screens?
Rarely. Usually I realize it's 1 p.m. because my stomach starts growling. I run downstairs to the deli, grab a sandwich, come back up, and eat it while typing with one hand.
No wonder you crash in the afternoon. You aren't giving your brain a chance to reset. That is the classic sad desk lunch.
It is a very sad desk lunch, and it's expensive. Remember my New Year's resolution about cooking? That's partly because I spend like $15 a day on mediocre sandwiches.
Okay, that is the first thing we need to fix in your work routine. You have to step away, even for 20 minutes. What do you do? Let me guess, you eat a perfectly balanced salad and meditate in the park?
Not quite, but I do bring my lunch, usually leftovers from the night before, and I make a rule that I cannot eat at my desk. I go to the break room, or if it's nice out, I walk around the block. I need fresh air to survive the afternoon slump.
The 3 p.m. slump is real. That's usually when I grab my third coffee or a sugary snack from the vending machine.
Which just leads to another crash later.
I know, it's a bad habit. Honestly, listening to you talk about your day is making me realize how reactive I am. I'm just reacting to traffic, reacting to emails, reacting to hunger. You seem much more proactive. You plan things.
It took me a long time to get here, believe me. It's all about setting boundaries. Boundaries with your time, boundaries with your email, and boundaries with your lunch break.
Boundaries. That's a good word for the new year. I need some of those.
Well, speaking of boundaries, I actually have to get going soon. I have a bunch of errands to run before I head home.
Yeah, me too. But hey, this was great. It's nice to actually vent about the daily grind.
Definitely. Let's not wait another year to do this.
So, raise your hand if you have ever had a sad desk lunch. I know I have. That conversation about work was full of really useful vocabulary, especially if you work in an office or corporate environment. John and Sarah used some phrases that native speakers use constantly to describe their workdays. Let's unpack 6 of the most important ones from this part. Number 1. Bumper to bumper. John used this to describe the traffic. He said it was bumper to bumper. The bumper is the metal or plastic bar at the front and back of a car. When traffic is this bad, the cars are so close together that their bumpers are almost touching. It means traffic is moving very, very slowly or has stopped completely. Number 2, to zone out. This is a very common phrasal verb. To zone out means to stop paying attention to what is happening around you. Your body is there, but your mind is somewhere else, maybe daydreaming or thinking about lunch. It happens to the best of us during long meetings. Number 3, the bane of my existence. This is a very dramatic phrase. Sarah called useless meetings the bane of her existence. The bane of something is a cause of great distress or annoyance. When you say something is the bane of your existence, you are exaggerating to say that it annoys you more than anything else in the world. Number 4, time blocking. This is a productivity term. Sarah uses time blocking. Instead of multitasking or doing things whenever they come up, she blocks off specific chunks of time on her calendar for specific tasks. For example, from 9 to 10 is only for email. From 10 to 12 is only for project work. Number 5, the afternoon slump. You know that feeling around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. when you suddenly feel incredibly tired and can't focus? That is the afternoon slump. A slump is a drop or a fall. John tries to fix his slump with sugar, but Sarah suggests fresh air. And finally, number 6, proactive versus reactive. These are opposites. To be reactive means you just respond to things as they happen, like John answering emails the second they arrive. You are not in control. To be proactive means you plan ahead and control the situation before it happens, like Sarah planning her meals and her schedule. How are you doing so far? Are you feeling more like a John, a bit reactive and tired, or a Sarah, organized and proactive? Regardless of which one you are, the next part of their conversation is something we can all relate to, looking back at the past year. What went right? What went wrong? Let's jump back in.
You know, talking about all these daily struggles makes me realize last year was kind of a blur. I feel like I blinked and it was over.
I know the feeling. They say the days are long, but the years are short. Looking back at last year, would you say it was a good year or a learning experience?
That is a polite way to ask if it was a disaster.
I'm just asking.
Honestly, it was a mixed bag. If I'm being self-critical, I think I wasted a lot of time. Remember that gym membership I bought last January?
The one you were so excited about? The fancy one with the pool?
Yeah, that one. I think I went exactly 4 times. 4 times in 12 months. That is basically $50 per swim. It was money down the drain.
Ouch. Why didn't you cancel it?
Because every month I told myself, next month will be different. Next month I'll go 3 times a week. I was lying to myself. So my biggest regret of last year was definitely financial waste.
Well, hindsight is 2020. It's easy to see the mistake now, but surely it wasn't all bad. What was your win for the year?
My win. You know what? I actually fixed my relationship with my brother.
Really? I didn't know you guys were having issues.
We just drifted apart. We hadn't really spoken in 2 years, but last summer I swallowed my pride and called him. We ended up going on a camping trip together in August. It was awesome. So even if I'm out of shape and broke, at least I have my brother back.
John, that is huge. That is way more important than a gym membership. Relationships are the things that actually matter in the long run.
Thanks. I think so too. But enough about me. Let's turn the spotlight on Miss Productivity. What went wrong for Sarah last year?
Do you want the honest answer?
Of course.
I completely burned out.
You? But you're always so on top of everything.
That was the problem. Around October, I bit off more than I could chew at work. I said yes to every project, I was organizing my sister's wedding, and I was trying to train for a 5K run. I crashed hard.
What does a Sarah crash look like?
It looks like me getting sick for 2 weeks straight because my immune system just gave up. I spent half of November in bed. It forced me to realize that I'm not a robot.
Wow, I never knew that. You hide it well.
I try to, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Just because I can do something doesn't mean I should do it. I need to prioritize rest.
Prioritize rest. I like that. I'm very good at resting. Maybe too good. I can teach you.
Please do. I need lessons on how to be lazy.
So, looking back, you learned your limits, and I learned that I shouldn't buy expensive memberships.
Exactly. We live and we learn. And that actually sets us up perfectly for this year. Since we know what we did wrong, we can make better plans.
Speaking of plans, we mentioned my cooking and your Spanish earlier, but do you have any big picture goals, like 5-year goals?
That is a scary question, but yes, I do.
Tell me, I'm ready to be inspired.
Well, I'm thinking about a career change.
Whoa, plot twist.
I haven't told anyone yet, but I feel like I've hit a glass ceiling at my current job. I'm thinking about going back to school to get my master's degree.
Sarah, that is amazing. A master's in what?
Marketing. But it's a big risk. It's expensive, and I'd have to quit my job. It's terrifying, honestly.
It might be terrifying, but you're the most determined person I know. If anyone can pull it off, it's you.
Thanks, John. That means a lot. What about you? Any scary big goals?
I have one, but it's embarrassing.
We are way past embarrassing. You told me about the gym membership. Spill it.
I want to write a novel.
No way! Really?
I've had this idea in my head for years, a mystery story set in the 1980s. I've written a few chapters, but I never show them to anyone. This year, I want to actually finish a draft.
John, you have to do it. You're always reading. It makes total sense.
It's just sitting down and writing is hard work. It's not just dreaming.
Okay, new rule. Every Sunday, you write for 2 hours and I study Spanish for 2 hours. We can keep each other accountable.
An accountability partner? I might actually need that.
Consider it done.
A sound effect of a loud, distinctive ringtone goes off.
Oh, that's my alarm. I completely lost track of time. I have to run to the bank before it closes.
Time flies when you're solving the world's problems.
Let's get the check. My treat today.
You don't have to do that.
I insist. Consider it an investment in the future famous author.
Welcome back. That segment was a little bit deeper, wasn't it? We moved away from simple daily habits and started talking about feelings, regrets, and big life changes. When you talk about these things in English, you often use specific idioms to express complex emotions without using too many words. Let's look at 6 powerful expressions that Sara and John just used. Number 1. A mixed bag. John described his year as a mixed bag. Imagine a bag filled with different candy. Some are delicious and some taste terrible. You don't know what you're going to get. When a situation is a mixed bag, it means it wasn't all good, but it wasn't all bad either. It had a variety of positive and negative experiences. Number 2. Money down the drain. This is a very visual idiom. Imagine taking a $50 bill and flushing it down the sink or the toilet. It's gone forever. To throw money down the drain means to waste money completely on something that gave you no value, like John's unused gym membership. Number 3. Hindsight is 20/20. You will hear this phrase all the time in English. Hindsight means looking back at the past. 20/20 refers to perfect vision. So saying hindsight is 20/20 means that it is very easy to see your mistakes after you have made them. When you are in the moment, you are blind to the mistake, but looking back, everything is clear. Number 4. To swallow my pride. John said he had to swallow his pride to call his brother. Imagine pride is a physical object in your throat that stops you from apologizing. You have to force yourself to swallow it down so you can speak. It means to do something humble, like admitting you were wrong or asking for forgiveness, even though it feels embarrassing. Number 5. To bite off more than you can chew. Sara used this to explain her burnout. If you put a giant piece of food in your mouth, you can't chew it and you might choke. In life, biting off more than you can chew means agreeing to do too many tasks or projects at once, to the point where you cannot handle them anymore. And finally, number 6. Burn out. This is related to the previous one. To burn out, or to experience burnout, is a state of complete physical and mental exhaustion. It's not just being tired, it's when your battery is completely dead because you have been working too hard for too long. I think we can all relate to at least one of those idioms. Have you ever bitten off more than you can chew? I know I have. We are nearing the end of our hour together. We've heard about their mornings, their work days, and their past regrets. Now it's time to say goodbye to Sara and John. But before they leave, they have a final few words for us.
Wow, look at that line at the counter. We got here at the perfect time.
Seriously, if we had arrived 10 minutes later, we wouldn't have found a seat.
Hey, thank you again for the coffee, Sara. You really didn't have to do that.
Don't be silly. It's my treat. Next time you can buy me a green tea or something healthy to match my resolutions.
Deal. A green tea and a carrot stick. I'll mark it on my calendar. Whoa, it got even colder while we were inside.
Ugh, can see my breath. Where are my gloves? Ah, here they are.
Make sure you bundle up. The wind is brutal today. Do you need a ride to the bank? I'm parked right around the corner.
No, it's only 2 blocks away. The walk will be good for me. Remember, I need to get my steps in.
You are more disciplined than I am. I'm running straight to my car and blasting the heater.
Fair enough. So, we're on for Sunday, right? The accountability session?
We are on. I'm going to dust off my laptop and actually write some words.
Good. What time works for you?
I'm not sure yet. I might have to visit my parents in the morning. Can we play it by ear? I'll text you on Saturday.
Play it by ear is fine, as long as you don't flake out on me.
I promise, no flaking. I'm committed.
All right, John. It was really good to see you. I'm glad we did this.
Me too. It's been too long. Don't be a stranger, okay?
I won't. Get home safe.
You too. Safe travels to the bank.
And just like that, Sara and John have gone their separate ways. The coffee is finished, and they are back out in the cold. It's always a little sad when a good conversation ends, isn't it? But before we wrap up this video completely, let's look at the final 5 expressions they used to say goodbye. These are very common and very useful for ending conversations naturally in English. Number 1 is my treat. Sara insisted on paying for the coffee by saying, "It's my treat." This is the polite, friendly way to say, "I will pay for this." You can use this at a restaurant, a movie, or a bar. If you want to be generous and pay for your friend, you simply say, "Put your wallet away, it's my treat." Number 2, bundle up. This is a winter essential. John told Sara to bundle up because it was freezing outside. To bundle up means to put on many layers of warm clothing, scarves, gloves, hats, and heavy coats to protect yourself from the cold. If you are a parent, you probably say this to your children every morning in January. Number 3, play it by ear. This is a fantastic idiom. John didn't want to set a specific time for Sunday yet. He asked to play it by ear. This phrase comes from music, playing a song by listening to it rather than reading the sheet music. In daily life, it means to handle a situation spontaneously, without a strict plan. It means, let's see how we feel on Sunday and decide the time then. Number 4, to flake out. Sarah warned John not to flake out on her. To flake or to flake out means to cancel plans at the last minute, or to not show up when you promised you would. It's a bit negative. If someone does this often, we call that person a flake. Don't be a flake. And finally, number 5, don't be a stranger. This is a warm, affectionate way to say goodbye between friends. John said, don't be a stranger. It literally means don't act like a stranger. It implies, let's stay in contact. Let's not wait a long time before we speak again. Well, friends, we have reached the end of our video. We followed Sara and John from the stress of their morning alarms, through the chaos of their workdays, and into their hopes and dreams for the new year. I hope you enjoyed listening to their conversation. More importantly, I hope you realized that you can understand real English. It's not about knowing every single word in the dictionary. It's about listening for the context, the flow, and the feeling. Here is my challenge for you this week. Choose one idiom we learned today, maybe bundle up, or hindsight is 2020, or play it by ear, and try to use it in a sentence, or just whisper it to yourself while you're making coffee. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Cozy English so you don't miss our next conversation. Until then, stay warm, keep practicing, and don't be a stranger. Goodbye for now.